So a few months ago, a mutual friend who I had previously only really known through our experience of getting emergency evacuated from a national park together, messaged me to ask if I was interested in surprising my friend Saiphe on her birthday trip to Disneyland. And of course I said yes. Do you think I would ever not take the opportunity to smell that strategically fragranced air and get to surprise someone for their birthday? That's like all of the things I enjoy in life. If you don't already know Saiphe, she is not only a wonderful friend, but also a fellow streamer and content creator online.
It's kefir! It's yogurt!
This trip was planned to celebrate her birthday, with myself being a surprise element of the trip. She was totally unaware that I was coming. So it's like 4 o'clock, I just got off work, my apartment is a complete mess, I still need to finish packing. I'm about to go on a trip to LA in 11 hours. I'm a surprise on this trip. This has been an incredibly hard secret to keep. I think I am possibly what someone would least expect to find at SeaTac Airport at 4 in the morning. I'm honestly so impressed that we managed to plan all of this without her figuring out that I was coming along too. I was like, oh my god, I'm so jealous of your trip. I so wish I could go. I am going. What a surprise. This was also the earliest I'd ever had to get up for a flight. I had to leave my apartment in Seattle, so not even that far from the airport, at 3 in the morning. So I just didn't sleep the night before. Leaving that early, combined with the fact that I have just been terrible when it comes to time management lately and put off my packing for the longest time, meant that I wasn't fully packed until 11 p.m. the night before the flight, so I just didn't sleep. I've never pulled an all-nighter like that before. What a little adventure. Thankfully, everything went super smoothly. We surprised Saiphe with me at the airport. We'd thought through a couple of different ways that we could do it. We decided to go for the simpler option of me just meeting up with them and being like, hey, surprise. But we were maybe I should meet you on the plane. Oh, weird. You're at the airport too? Oh, we're on the same flight? That's so funny. I sadly didn't record the moment because again, it was 4 in the morning. I was not super thinking of content creation. But I do think she was pretty thoroughly surprised. So that was the shining moment of I managed to do a surprise. And then we get into California. Now, if you don't already know, I live in Washington, which is, while not the coldest place on earth, we're pretty much consistently overcast from October through sometimes a little into June. So when I go to California, it's not necessarily the heat I'm craving, but it's the sun. I haven't seen the sun in so long. And let me just say, California in January/early Feb, honestly a great time to go. It was such a comfortable temperature. It was really nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm from Washington and I don't see the sun. Getting a little sunlight, very good for my brain. Our first day was kind of a simpler day. We arrived in and got to the house we were staying at. We were actually staying at a relative's house, which was very nice of them to let us stay there. And then the first thing I did was took a nap. Because again, I didn't sleep the night before. I didn't really sleep on the plane because I've never really been much of a plane sleeper. And thankfully it worked with our schedule and our plan. After that, I woke up and we decided we were gonna go see a horror movie. Now, the friend planning this trip, TJ, had asked me ahead of time, hey, do you want to see this horror movie with us? I'm not a super horror movie person, but I'm also not against seeing a horror movie, and I do think it can be really fun to see a horror movie in theaters. So I just Googled the plot ahead of time and was oh, okay, this is something that I can manage, I think. This will be fine. The movie was Skinamarink.
This was before watching Skinamarink.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm hopeful. I'm ready. I still have life left in me.
There's so much more to live for still.
Which, if you don't know about at this point, it's kind of an experience. I honestly really enjoyed it. I feel it totally meshed well with my love of niche horror internet kind of creepypastas and this house has people in it energy. Like, it feels a lot like that. So if you don't mind staring at blank walls for like half the time with like a ton of static, you'll probably enjoy it. Definitely not everybody that viewed it felt the same way about it. And it was so funny when the movie ended. It was a group of 4 of us, one guy in front of us and a couple behind us, and we're all just silent, like, what was that? Like, I've never had a movie end where everybody was like, okay. It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I could like monologue about what I think Skinamarink is about and like the deep Skinamarink lore. But I will say there's a scene where a Barbie is hanging from the ceiling, and I spent so much time thinking about that Barbie. I was like, I wonder if that Barbie's actually from 1990, you know, whatever year the movie is supposed to take place. Yep, that's what I think about is Barbies. And so that was our kind of chill start to the trip. The next day is our first day at Disney. If you don't know this about me, I am quite a big Disney fan. I love the parks. I like ride lore. I'm more of like a park fan than like a Disney content fan. Like I don't watch a ton of the movies, but I love the theme parks. I love the theming. I'm here for a good time. So I was super excited. It has been a couple of years since I went to Disneyland, and of course they had some new stuff there, including the Star Wars stuff. So that was our goal for the day when we got in. We're like, first things first, we're going to Star Wars because the lines are going to be so long for that, and I've never rode on a trackless coaster before, so I was really excited for that. So we did have a slight detour getting into the park, picking out some ears, and then we were off to Star Wars. And this is where I learned something very specific about me. When I have a goal at a theme park, I want to power there. I'm like a speed walking champ. I'm like, go, go, go. We are getting to Star Wars. I do not want to sit in line for this longer than I have to. So I felt kind of bad for the people I was going with because they were like, oh my god, Mary's being really aggressive. But Star Wars Land was so cool. I always really liked Star Tours in terms of the queue being really good and thematic, and the Star Wars Land overall just feels kind of like that, but in like an entire space. The queue for the rides was both really fun. We did Rise of the Resistance and the other one, and I enjoyed them both. I think I would have been more into them if I was a bit more of a Star Wars fan, but just in terms of like getting to ride the trackless coaster, which is very cool, and then also getting to push buttons on the other one, that was also very good. So that was fun. Oh, I also tried the milk. I had the green milk, I think. I don't remember what it was supposed to taste like, but it was good. I liked it. I just think I liked it mostly because it was like a cool and refreshing beverage, which is nice for when it's like warm out and you're standing in line for a while. It's nice to have like a thing to sip on. That's actually my like favorite thing to do at the parks, is to like get a snack and then get in a longer line so you can like eat or drink or enjoy your snack while you're waiting anyways. Like sitting down and snacking, also great. Don't get me wrong, that's literally I think the next thing we do is we got beignets and mint juleps, which, oh, so good. So good. I love beignets. They're so good. But yeah, that's kind of like my go-to keep going mentality of like, just eat it in line. There's no time. Then we of course rode Haunted Mansion, which actually was still in its Christmas overlay, which I had never gotten to see before. So it was the Nightmare Before Christmas version of the Haunted Mansion. And I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. It might be a fine opinion. I'm not super into Nightmare Before Christmas. Nothing against it. I've just never been the sort of person that's like super into it. So while it was really cool to see the holiday overlay, I think I do like the classic Haunted Mansion just a little bit better. But you know, I'm all for them kind of mixing up and adjusting the rides as time goes on. So I totally see, you know, why they're doing it. I think I like the original a little better. And then we also did Pinocchio. I have footage of that. It's weird looking back on like my vlog footage of this because I'm like, wow, if I didn't record it, I like don't super remember what all we did. I definitely I thought I recorded all of the food that I ate. I'm sure I'll put it in if I recorded the food that I ate, but do I remember it? Not necessarily. I also love theme park food. That's another one of my like things when I go to theme parks, is I almost always just want to buy food at the park because any sort of themed food, I love. And then I also just like the convenience of being able to like grab a snack kind of anywhere. It's a very nice, luxurious experience. And so that pretty much finished off the first day. Day 2 started with some delicious donuts. I'm a donut fan. I like themed donuts, especially themed food, easy way to my heart. Then our event for the day is me and Saiphe went to Medieval Times. It was my second time going, and it is just such a cool experience. I don't know, there is just something about getting to like eat food with your hands and have entertainment in front of you and just be like stupidly competitive with other people and like cheering on your night that I love. If you haven't heard of Medieval Times, it is essentially dinner and a show, or lunch and a show, where they serve you a meal while you watch essentially these different knights fight in a tournament. And the different sections of the arena are assigned to different knights to cheer for. I was assigned to the Green Knight, weirdly enough for the second time. Me and Green, we just got that connection. And we had so much fun. We got some like fun beverages. The food is like always kind of consistently good. I don't know, it's a pretty simple meal. It's chicken, potato, corn, and dessert. Our wonderful friend, TJ, who planned this, got us VIP, which I had never experienced before, so I got like a little extra flag to wave around, extra photos and stuff, and got the cool lanyards, so she's VIP. I do want to say, last I heard, some Medieval Times are trying to unionize right now, I believe, or at least striking due to working conditions and being underpaid. So I just quickly want to highlight my support for those employees. Medieval Times is a really cool experience, but it does have a lot of kind of dangerous aspects to it. There are people actively fighting, and though it is like act fighting, there's still a risk involved with that. Also, you're riding on horses and dealing with falcons, and these are things that take strength and skill and deserve to be paid well for that. So I just wanted to quickly highlight my absolute support for them. I hope that they are able to kind of come to a solution that benefits the employees and make sure that they are able to be safe and still be able to support themselves. So I, again, really enjoy Medieval Times, but I enjoy people getting paid for the work that they do and being in like safe working conditions far more. So I would say if you're thinking about going, just make sure that you look into that just in case. Oh my god, I have so much footage from this, I'm realizing. I don't know, it's just so fun to watch horses. I never see horses, and I had fun watching them. Oh, our knight died twice, which was quite sad, or he lost twice. And then he did die the second time. The man's dead. So may he rest in peace. But yeah, it was really fun, like cheering them on. We had like a teenager birthday party as part of our section, so they brought a lot of hype, which was really good. It's really nice when, the entire green section's in it to win it together with that energy. In that evening, actually, after we got back from Medieval Times, we also did an escape room, which I've had super hit or miss experiences with escape rooms. The first one that I did, I struggled with a lot because we had a situation where I'm pretty sure one of the clues was technically off by a little bit, but I couldn't get over it, and it was dumb and silly, and we lost, but we got really close. This time we got a record-breaking time, but part of it was because we brute forced our way through one of the riddles. So we completely skipped over a puzzle, which is honestly kind of funny. So yeah, there's a photo of our friend group up in an escape room place somewhere in California because we broke a record. And then it was day 3. This was also our first day at California Adventures. Before we get into that though, I do want to highlight the thing I bought on day 1, my major purchase. I finally got a Spirit jersey, which if you don't know is this just style of shirt that Disney sells. Every time I go to Disney, I'm like, this year is gonna be the year I'm gonna find the perfect one. It's gonna be so cute, and then I never find them. And so this year I did. It's got the cute little D here. It's this really pretty salmon pink color. It's very soft velvet. The back, of course, has the Disneyland and then the sleeve, which was huge selling point for me, has this really adorable embroidery on it of flowers and bows. It's so cute. So I was really happy to get this. It also was super cold in the evening because surprise, January nights are cold everywhere you are. So that was part of the reason why I bought it as well, is because I was freezing that first night. So I just wanted to quickly highlight that. Okay, let's get into today. So I love California Adventure. I think I'm slightly biased towards it more than Disneyland, but that's just because some of my favorite rides are at California Adventure. And one of those includes Guardians of the Galaxy Breakout, which I know people like Tower of Terror, and like I totally get that, but also I just like really like this ride. I think it's really fun. And the other fun thing about this for me personally is I got to hold one of the time cards, which if you don't know, this is how Disney tells how long the wait is for their rides. They'll give someone a card, and then when that person gets on that ride, that card will be collected and they'll record that time. So it always makes me feel very special. I know it's honestly not a big deal at all, but there's a part of me that's like, yes, Disney, I am your loyal rider. I will wait in this line and ride on this ride. But we went on Breakout and it was super fun. I just love it. I love the different music. It's just like such a high energy ride, and I love that being like the first part of my day there, because then I'm all like, yes, I'm ready and rearing to go. After that, we went to the Spider-Man ride, which I had never rode before. The Marvel campus in general isn't like super interesting to me just because I'm not super a Marvel person. Like I haven't even seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I just like the ride. But the Spider-Man ride was pretty cool. It's one of the rides where you have like a mini game that you play that you earn points, and for it you do this like web slinging motion and it tracks your motion. It's honestly pretty cool how it works. I'm just so impressed with ride technology in general. From there, we went over to Cars Land to ride Radiator Springs. Now, I have previously been a Radiator Springs hater. I did not think it was worth my time because the line is always so long. The line was a little bit better on this day. It was only like 40 minutes. We were like, we should go for it. We did get some food in a cone for the line. I got this lovely macaroni and cheese. The cone is kind of gross, but the macaroni and cheese was really good, so, you know, pay off. And Radiator Springs was honestly really fun. I feel bad for being such like a hater of it and avoiding it for so long. I get why it has such a long line. And in general, the Cars Land area of California Adventures is just like so well done. It's so cute. It's such a fun area to walk through. I love the music. I love the theming. I like the food. Other than that cone. So pretty good time. From there, we zipped on over to ride the roller coaster. I am such a fan of California Screamer. What is it called now? The Incredicoaster. I think it's super fun. The only thing I miss about its old theming is I feel like the line wouldn't get quite as long. But now that it's Incredibles themed, I feel like people want to ride it more, which kind of makes sense. The theming is a cute aspect of it, but I just love the adrenaline rush. I think it is such a fun roller coaster to go on. I love the start with it like shooting you up so fast. Oh, it's so good. Like even right now, my brain is like, go ride it. Do it. From there, we went to the Ferris wheel, which was my suggestion. I feel like a little bit bad for this. My friends hadn't rode it before, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do the swinging carts. Because I forget how terrifying the swinging carts are until you're actually on them, and I'm like, oh my god, this is kind of spooky. Okay, I chose for us to do this. From there, we moseyed around. We rode on the Symphony Swings, which are so cute, and we got to check out some of the stuff they were doing for Lunar New Year. This was a really cool event. I've never gone to Disney when it's doing like a specific seasonal event like this, so it was really cool to see all the different sort of themed decorations set up, and the parade where they had Mulan and other characters wearing more traditional Chinese style clothing. It was just like so cool to see that extra layer of decoration. They also had specific merch for that time. I'm actually wearing one of the shirts. This is the Lunar New Year Disney jersey, and so, or Spirit jersey is the term. It has this really cute bunny, and then on the back it says Happy New Year in gold, and it has Chip and Dale on the back. It's just so cute, and I love bright red, so as soon as I saw this, I was like, I want to have it. This was definitely another late night, it's cold purchase, low-key. We went on the Little Mermaid ride, which is just always such a cute little adventure. I will say Ariel, I think, is one of my favorite princesses. I think it's hard to choose. I'm so excited for the new Little Mermaid movie, though. That's gonna be so good. I just love mermaids in media. We also went on the Monsters, Inc. ride, which is just like always super cute. Like, you know, it's a classic, it's a basic, but we love it. And then we ended that day doing Guardians of the Galaxy again. Now, I do want to say, I also got a photo with Goofy on this day. Shout out to Goofy. I also did Soarin'. I don't know if I got footage of us going on Soarin'. I love Soarin'. Soarin' is another one of my favorite rides. I just love rides that like really take advantage of all of the senses, and I feel like Soarin' does such a good job of that, of it being like visually stunning, and like you're flowing through the air and you feel the wind on your face and you're smelling things and you're hearing things. It's just like, yes, this is so good. By the end of that day, our feet hurt so bad. I like don't know how people would stay even longer, because we were staying like pretty full days every day that we went, but like, oh my god, it was another level. And then it was day 3 of Disney / day 4 of the trip. I don't know if you can see Musco's back there. So this was the rainiest day of our trip by far. I was not prepared for that. I did not bring a rain jacket because, okay, I'm just saying, if you're from Washington, you're used to just walking around when it's overcast and when it's misting and stuff. Like, you just exist. Like, maybe you have a rain jacket, but honestly, you can live without it. It's not a big deal. Everything's just gonna get slightly damp anyways. You just, like, accept that as it is. But on this day, it was, like, actually raining. Real rain. Real rain. Oh, I also want to highlight my ears. So these ears are ones I got in 2018 or 19? 2018, I think, at Disney when I visited. And then the other ears I was wearing, these ones are actually from Disneyland Shanghai, I believe. It is so cute. I got these on eBay beforehand because I was like, I want cute ears. These were the ones I chose. I just love the colors of them so much. But I did mix it up. I wore my other ears as well because these are just like very cute. I have an iconic kind of like the Minnie Mouse. I like the bow. My thing with ears is like, it's fun to get one per trip, but I want to like keep wearing the other ones that I have because like what else am I gonna do with them if I don't wear them? So I gotta keep wearing them. And you may also notice another thing on my body that is like Disney merchandise. It's definitely not like when I came in, I saw this and was like, oh, I really want that. But I was like, no, I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna buy a piece of clothing today. We'll talk more about that later. So this was a super delightful day for a variety of reasons. We were back in the Disneyland park. I never have done a trip where we do like multiple days in one of the parks. I just do like one day at Disney, one day at California Adventure usually. So I just felt so spoiled to get to go back again. We started our day zipping over to Space Mountain, which is like one of my favorite rides. It's so fun. It's so cool. Weirdly enough, this time was the first time I felt like quite scared on it. I don't know why, but there is just something like the fact that you can't see the track. If I'm able to like disengage from thinking about that, it's totally fine. But if I think too much about it, I get like so scared about my arms getting hit off. And so I have like all of my body tucked away very carefully when I ride that. So yeah, for some reason, that was like the one time where I like thought too much about it and I got really unsettled riding it. Right after that though, I had some retail therapy, not with this jacket, but I got my first ever popcorn bucket. Okay. I never thought I would buy one of these. For the longest time, I like never saw the appeal of them. They had special ones for like the 100th Disneyth anniversary, which were silver, which I thought were kind of ugly. I'm a hater. I do not like the anniversary stuff. I just don't think they're that cute. I don't like the metallic silver, but I did like this colorful metallic one a lot. And like there was a dumb part of my brain that was like, buy it. I don't know why I bought this. This is what Disney does to me. It makes me a little stupid. But I did buy it, and honestly, like, Disney popcorn is so good that I was like, it'll be worth it. I'll keep using it so many times. I only filled it up the one time. But it is really cute. Like, it just holds popcorn. I'm gonna use it as some sort of decoration. I'll figure out something I can store it in. I do think it's really cute. Like, I love the metallic color and stuff like that. And I like the concept of popcorn buckets. Like, they have really cute popcorn buckets at other parks. But again, like, this is just super not something I needed. Packing this home was a pain. This took up so much space in my suitcase. I shouldn't have bought it. But I own it. So like this is the one popcorn bucket I get in my life. That's how I'm thinking about it. Don't place in microwave, everyone. This isn't microwave safe. Oh, we also started this day with beignets. We did Space Mountain, and then we got beignets. Or did we do beignets first? I don't know. I just loved the sound of having a beignet for breakfast with some black coffee, so that's what I had. It was delightful. I also rode on the train for the first time around the park. Oh my god, I completely forgot. That was really cute. For some reason, I've never rode on the train around the park before, so that was just like nice to sit down and kind of like watch the scenery go by. So we might have done Space Mountain after that. We then did Star Tours, which is just delightful as always, as well as the Buzz Lightyear ride. And then it started raining. And like properly raining. So we were like, okay, let's go on a ride that's like slower and mostly inside. So we did It's a Small World, a classic. I do like the little Canadian Mountain though, and the little Lilo and Stitch. Like there's some really cute stuff on that ride though. And honestly, we have to appreciate the classics, okay? Oh, I then did the Big Mountain Railroad, which was really cute. I actually got a shirt from this for one of my really close friends because it's her favorite ride. So it was like, the opposite of living vicariously through someone else. Like I wanted her to live vicariously through me with me riding it. Then at lunch, I had the most delicious food. This was the one time we did a sit-down restaurant. Me and my friend Saiphe decided to split a Monte Carlo and the fries and a soup and a creme brulee. Honestly, it was so amazing. Like that food was so good. Everything else we ate at the parks was basically just like from the stands and like walk around, you know, chomp on it while you're waiting in line and stuff like that. So it was really nice to just sit down and enjoy a meal. Like I've never done sit down dining like that, I think, at Disney. Wow, my Disney experiences are very like high-speed chase-esque of like zooming around constantly, but it was really nice to sit down and just enjoy like a really nice meal, and it was so delicious. Like I can't recommend that food more. It was so good. Okay, and the next thing that we got to do, which was just like super cool, is we actually got to ride a ride that had just opened that week. So that was Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway in Toontown. I almost always skip Toontown when I visit just because there's not a lot going on. So I've never rode the Roger Rabbit ride, which I hope I can at some point. But this was a ride that just opened, was brand new, and we actually managed to hop in the queue for it, thank God, so we got to go on it. It was so cool. The queue for this ride is amazing. I made a whole TikTok about it because I was like, this is just so cool. But it's just, you're walking through and they've done everything up like Mickey Mouse is a real physical person, and all of his movies were like filmed movies and not animated, so they have all these different props from it, and it's just, oh my god, it is so well done. And then I don't want to spoil anything about the ride because I think it was such a fun ride to go into not knowing basically anything about it, but like the pre-screening video was really, really cool and well done, and then the ride itself is so cool. It is just so well done. It's one of those rides that I feel like I could ride it again and again and again and see different things every time. Like, it was amazing. I had a really fun time. So I highly recommend, if you get the chance, please ride on it. Like, go to Toontown. Toontown's also super cute. Shout out to Toontown for being like the most adorable place at Disney, because it is. And then evening was like slowly starting to roll around. You know, we did our teacups. I got some cotton candy, and we moseyed over to watch the projection show, which is where they like project visuals onto the castle. And it is super cool. It was such like a cute moving show to get to see. I actually got to sit VIP for it, which was a very luxury experience. Helps when you got like a bit of a Disney connection. I don't personally have a Disney connection, so don't come asking me for anything. But it was a really beautiful show, so I just had a really good time. Oh my god, and I completely forgot to mention this jacket. So after we rode on the Small World, I was really soaking wet, and I was like, I just want to get a rain jacket. Like, yeah, congrats Disney, you get my money because I didn't pack a rain jacket and my jacket's wet and I'm cold, and it's January and I want a jacket. And so they had these ones. Honestly though, it's worth it for me. I have been wearing this like every day because my old rain jacket doesn't fit me anymore. I'm really glad I got it. It's really cute. It just has like this kind of vintage style Minnie Mouse on it with the balloons. It doesn't have anything on the back. There was another one that was Dumbo that had a little Dumbo on the back too, which was quite cute, but I'm happy with this one. I don't know, it just feels very, very vintage cute, sort of. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it, which is nice as well. That's kind of the nice thing with getting clothing at the parks, is I feel like I can get a lot of use out of them because I'm like super down to just wear them all the time at home. But like when it comes to stuff like popcorn bucket and ears, I'm like, ooh, what else can I do with this? But anyways, that was my entire trip to Disney. After that, we flew home the next day, very early in the morning again. But yeah, I had a really delightful time. So shout out to TJ for planning this trip, and to Lee for being fun, and Saiphe for letting me like come on her birthday trip. I hope no one is watching this and being like, wow, Mary like disrupted her birthday trip. That was not the energy, I hope. Oh god, that's like my biggest nightmare. But yeah, it was just like so much fun, so I want to do a little vlog. So vlog haul situation, a food tour as well. I'll try and put all of my fun footage in here, so hopefully this is fun to watch. I'm sorry I haven't been making many videos lately. Life's been like quite wild. I have a family member who's been quite sick, and I myself have been struggling with my mental health, so it's just made it hard for me to film lately, but I'm hoping to get some stuff like ready to go for you. I have a ton of stuff scripted or like half scripted that I'm still working on that I'm really excited about, so I do have some like other things coming. They're just gonna take a little time. But thank you again all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to give this video a like if you would like more vlog style content from me. I hope you all are doing well. Feel free to subscribe if you want. And remember, DVD is the best console, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.